Hi, Miss Graham. I hope you're doing well. So, I completed my internship last fall semester through the Washington Center program, and I completed it at Karp, Wygotsky, Norrin, Cadell, and Gold, PA, and they specialize in personal injury. And so they have several locations throughout the DMV area, but I was located in the Alexandria, Virginia location. And in this office specifically, we weren't seeing any clients at the time. They were still pretty strict about COVID. So they did have like regular phone calls, but not really like clients coming in and out of the office. And so there were two attorneys in the office. There was the main one who's also like one of the partners, and then the other one who is more of like an assistant to the main one. And I also had about four different colleagues. So they were in their 20s and 30s, I would say. So definitely older than me. And so I learned a lot about personal injury, especially being at this law firm. I did have some prior knowledge because I worked at a chiropractor's office before doing my internship. And with that, there was auto patients, and we also did work with attorneys. So I did know a little bit about like I guess like the general like idea of what it was, but I definitely had more insight as to what it really was when I was completing my internship. So I learned more about the importance of making sure that all the medical bills and the reports really did add up when the attorney went to settle the case. That's a very crucial part, and especially I was like mostly in charge of making sure that we received all of the bills, the reports, made sure that all of the balances were correct. Because when it comes time for the attorney to settle the case, he has to know the exact numbers in order to ensure that his client will have his treatments covered and all of those sorts of things. And also, I learned how insurance worked, so how it worked with like personal injury protection and also med pay. Med pay is like I think it's just the DMV area. I don't believe Florida has it, but it's a type of insurance that will cover more than personal injury will also. And it my internship definitely impacted me a lot. I also completed a different internship over the summer here in Lakeland, also at a law firm, but I think this experience was like definitely allowed me to grow a lot more, especially being away from home and like being out on my own. So I definitely like had to learn how to communicate with those who are older than me, like the attorneys, my colleagues. I had to also ensure that I would communicate with them like correctly and talk properly. That was like also one of my main adjustments I had, and also just being confident in myself in the tasks that I was completing, like having faith that I am doing this right. And as time went by, I practiced tasks more and more. I definitely began to be more confident in myself. And so some takeaways of my internship is that specifically I wish I was more assertive and more willing to do other tasks than just the main tasks I completed on a daily basis. So like this entailed requesting medical bills and treatments, the records, and then also making phone calls to patients, providers, sending out emails, a lot of paperwork, also calculating the medical bills and making sure that they match with the balances that we have for the client before the settlement occurred. And so I definitely think that's something that I can work on and improve in the future, especially with my future employer, that I will just reach out to them and ask like more of like what they need from me instead of just doing the main work, which also will allow me to grow a lot more and have more knowledge on that area that I'm working in. And there isn't anything specifically different I would do. I would just say like just being more assertive, um, with like getting more tasks and different tasks assigned to me, I would say. Um, but yeah, that's my video. Thank you.